Hello, everybody, and today I have brought something interesting for you to the table. As we are currently anticipating the second part of the long-awaited 68th episode to be released, I want to discuss some crucial details we saw in the Part 1. What may be actually happening inside of the bunker we saw in the end of this episode? Can it be the real Skibidi toilet base? And why didn't Big TV Man allow the POV cameraman to teleport inside of it to help special agents in battle? So now I will reveal all its secrets and Easter eggs to you guys. So get some tea and snacks ready. That's going to be very interesting. Let's go. As you remember, the first part of episode 68 ended with the scene where POV cameraman asks Big TV Man to teleport him to the bunker by pointing his finger at it. I think he wants to get there in order to help his comrades, who we saw in the end of episode 67 and in the beginning of this one. But somehow Big TV Man refuses to do so. Instead, he says, "Not now," and "Firstly watch," leaving POV cameraman on the same spot. Afterwards, we've been shown the big white screen. All the events happening inside of the bunker would probably get broadcasted on in the beginning of the second part of this episode. As you guys know, Big TV Man has a special ability to show the events that may be happening far away through the lens of one of their participants, using his white screen. We already saw that happening in episode 60. So based on this information, we have two actual options of what we may see in the next part of the episode. The first option is, the events that POV cameraman of the 68th episode is about to watch will be the true recreations of what will be actually occurring inside of the bunker. In that case, I may suppose that Big TV Man's intentions of not letting POV cameraman inside is quite noble, and either he wants to preserve his little buddy's life for longer, or not to ruin the mission that special agents inside of the bunker are on. But there is also the second option I cannot simply ignore. What if the events that are about to be shown on his screen will not be truthful? What if Big TV Man possesses another ability we didn't know about yet, to show the fake images mirroring the actual events in another light? I know what you guys may be thinking. ISOTOILET is trying to make traitors out of TV men once again. But you see, this theory I have for quite some time is really interesting to me, and it would be cool to see it coming true somehow later in the future Dafooks episodes. But what may be happening inside of this bunker, really? And what is the most important thing? Is there an actual Skibidi toilet base? I have a really crazy theory on all of this, but I will tell you about it a little bit later. I actually want to reveal something interesting about the location of the 68th episode first. Do you guys remember episode 66? The one where we saw an epic battle between Cameraman and Skibidi toilets? It seemed at first that the Alliance forces were about to break into the Skibidi base that was supposed to be inside of the hangar near which all the action took place. We know now that it was just an illusion, though. The real base couldn't be found there, as the hangar was some sort of lure to distract the Alliance's attention from the actual Skibidi base. And you know what, guys? The real base is actually in almost the exact same place as we saw in episode 66. Take a look at this. In the beginning of episode 66, behind the silhouette of the cameraman shooting from his cannon, we can see the radio antennas that we also caught multiple times during the battle between G-Clones and TV Titan in episode 68. This is not just a coincidence. Look at the shape of the mountains on top of which these antennas may be seen. It's also identical to the mountains from episode 68. Compare these two frames yourself. We can notice that the angle is a bit different, but no doubt here, we're in the exactly same place both in episodes 66 and 68. Also, take a look at the placement of the iron tube near which we saw the fight between the Titans, G-Clones, and Skibidi Scientist in the second part of episode 67. Yes, we can see this tube right here in episode 66 as well, at the left side from the hangar. That means that the Titans fight and the fight between toilets and the Alliance we've seen in episode 66 are happening nearby and not in such a long distance. It actually explains why did Skibidi try to protect this hangar so fiercely. Yeah, in the end of episode 66, we see that it was basically just a useless abandoned space with a few empty toilets here and there. It seemed like we've been shown the breaking in the base that actually proved to be fake. Dafook definitely played with our expectations. But now, as we know the ending of the first part of episode 68, I can see the logic here. Skibidi are trying to push the Alliance away, as the real Skibidi base is basically right in the backyard nearby. And also, I have a suspicion that it was Skibidi toilets themselves who destroyed the whole area with the goal of not letting the Alliance agents to reach the actual base. And that's why I wasn't able to check all the location details in order to make a 100% geographical comparison of episodes 66 and 68. And I can say for sure there's something of great importance in there. Too bad that Skibidi failed to keep it hidden after all. In the end of the fourth part of episode 67, we can finally glimpse into the actual base of Skibidi through the lens of POV Big Cameraman in the blue shirt. By the way, guys, I noticed how you drew my attention in the comments to my analysis of the first part of episode 68 that I accidentally called the Big Speakerman who gave his life in order to open a bunker, Big Cameraman. I'm so sorry for that. How could I treat our dear late Chad that way? Now we can move on from that. Let's take a closer look at the entrance of the actual base. On the outward side of the gates on the left, we can see some sort of door control panel with the unintelligible red writing on it. On the inward side of it, though, we can see the green sparks, thanks to which it proved to be possible to open the door. In the very end of the fourth part of episode 67, we can see the big hall right after the entrance door, with two possible ways to keep moving right or left. In the center of the hall, we see the Skibidi Toilets flag with the Skibidi Greek letter inscription, which is strongly resemblant of Georgia's flag. There are also multiple garage doors that can see seen. I can swear, behind each of them there's something interesting just waiting to be found. Also, did you notice the dark-colored boxes near those doors? I think there may be some sort of weapon or equipment stored inside. I would elaborate even further. Perhaps each box may contain certain piece of equipment or an upgrade for something hidden behind a certain door. My idea is, inside of this Skibidi base we may stumble upon different creatures or new types of Skibidi we have not yet seen in the earlier episodes of the series. Why so, you ask me? You see, I have a crazy theory about interconnections between the original Skibidi universe and Skibidi Multiverse, and now I will tell you about it with more details. But before I'll do that, please click on the like button under this video and subscribe to my channel, as I am working really hard to keep you guys entertained and always appreciate your feedback and support. Do you remember when I said the POV Big Cameraman from the fourth part of episode 67 wore a blue shirt? Now take a look at here. We can also see someone remotely similar looking in the 14th episode of Skibidi Multiverse. Moreover, we can the C building with the signed Skibidi Lab Base 4 in the episode 13. I have a theory that Dom Studios' creative vision will somehow get crossed with DeFook's original series in further parts to episodes 68 and 69. Now, based on that theory, I think that there may be multiple Skibidi bases. And in the episode 68 of the original series, our special agents are now entering just one of them. I assume that this base will be kind of huge, and that the most part of it will be hidden deep underground. Why do I think so? Let's go back to the episode 17 of Dom's Skibidi universe, which was released in the same day as the first part of the original series, by the way. I can't really remember something like that happening before. Is this just a coincidence? Or maybe another proof of that both series events are interconnected one with another? Maybe in the final episode we will see the gigantic collision of different plots into something coherent. As it was sung in the song, Tomorrow Never Knows. So, in episode 17 of Multiverse series, we were shown a giant Skibidi base, the main body of which kept going deep underwater. I have a theory that Skibidi base from episode 68 will have similar structure, with the main portion of it going deep underground. Do you remember those antennas I drew so much of your attention to before? My idea is, their main purpose is to conduct the energy to the deepest underground spaces of the base, in order for Skibidi to stay in touch one with another, and also to control the Skibidi parasites. Also, in episode 17, there was a huge Skibidi with giant maces, who was scary as heck, by the way. He was clearly blind, and could only locate his enemies due to the noise they produced. What if Big TV Man from the first part of episode 68 of original series didn't allow POV Cameraman to teleport inside immediately because the special agents could have faced some creature similar to this one? So the teleportation would definitely produce some noise, and some lives could have been taken. What we see further in episode 17 as we keep going deeper to underwater Skibidi base is some spookiest stuff I've ever seen, both in the multiverse and the original series. We've been shown a bunch of new Skibidi types, and my guess is that we may also observe some of the weirdly cool things in the underground base. Maybe we will witness something crazy the real Skibidi scientist has up his sleeve for the Alliance. or some sort of action can happen that will possibly split the final confrontation between two armies in half. I am extremely excited to see the next part of episode 68 to see whether my predictions will come true or not. Please write in the comments your own thoughts and theories about what can be found in the original Skibidi base. And that was me, ISOTOILET. See ya!